Hey, this is Jen from the Jefferson Chamber of Commerce, and today we are doing our member spotlight video with Carrie Lynn Bear from Riverview Wellness Counseling Center. I got it right, didn't I?
Yes.
Okay, good,
Yeah.
good. So I would like to welcome Carrie Lynn today. So Carrie Lynn, would
Hi.
you mind telling us a little bit about what you do here?
Well, I'm Carrie Lynn Bear, and I'm the owner of Riverview Wellness Counseling Center, as you mentioned. I'm a licensed professional counselor, and I'm also dually licensed to see those with substance abuse disorders. So a lot of times folks will use negative coping strategies and it will lead to drinking or using drugs. So my background is in domestic violence, and that's where my interest came from. So this is a newly constructed, beautiful ADA compatible facility. Just came in here a little over 2 months ago, started the process in May. I am in Del Shimalewski's building between Badger Bank and Griffin Ford on South Main Street. And it has been a wonderful experience. I'm so excited how the final project has turned out. We used all local contractors, and I'm finally excited to get started and to serve the community with those that have those mental health disorders. That's such a need to help them out. So very excited about this process.
Good.
Yeah.
Wow, I can tell. I was going to say, you were beaming when we walked in the office, so that was great.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
So, Carrie Lynn, tell me, what do you love most about your job?
What I love most about this job is being able to see an individual come in probably their lowest point oftentimes, and to be able to see them through that process of healing and self-actualizing, and to have them maybe come back and say, you know, what we talked about last week really helped, and I was able to use some of those strategies and I'm doing better. And to see them through the years, through the months, and just to see them at a better place, and it makes me feel good, very proud to be a part of that process. You know, it starts with one individual, but then that might be able to impact a family or, you know, their work environment, whatever might be going on in that individual situation. So
A very rewarding ripple effect. Then.
absolutely, absolutely. It can start out with just the tiniest thing. They might remember something that I said, and it's very cool to be a part of that process.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, who has been your biggest impact on your career?
You know, I really had to give a lot of thought to that, and I wanted to be able to speak towards that. Of course, the obvious, my mother is my biggest fan, Marcia Bear, and my fiance, of course, my family, my brothers, my sisters-in-law. But prior to becoming a counselor, I was a legal assistant for 12 years.
Okay.
And I started out, I was a single mom, and I could barely turn on the computer. So I started out with Kreck and Brantmeyer, our late Raymond Kreck, and then Attorney Brantmeyer, now Judge Brantmeyer, went off with Tom Leach. So it was Leach and Brantmeyer, and Attorney Leach did family law, and so did a lot of guardian ad litem work. And then Attorney Brantmeyer, Judge Brantmeyer, was our city attorney. So I was able, through those 12 years, to be a part of that process of the redevelopment plan of the city, and just to see how Mr. Lewis has done a great job with the Jefferson Area Business Center, Ed Saleska, the Riverwalk, and just to see how the city has changed. You know, I'm a Jefferson native, born and raised, so it's just been really cool to be a part of that process. But seeing how I have grown as an individual, and then just to see how I can help the community. And I remember that day when Attorney Brantmeyer said to me, you know, go for it. You know, go for your dreams, be that counselor, you know, just so his involvement with the city, and then Attorney Leach's involvement. You know, I would not be in this situation. This was my end goal, was to have my own practice. You know, to have that growth and that experience, you know, I would not be where I am today if it were not for his expertise and his guidance. It was really nice, and I still think about that today. So
Talk about encouraging and supportive.
absolutely,
Oh, wow.
yeah. going to
great.
school while I was working, and just so supportive of that process. So thank you, Ben. So, yeah.
So Carrie Lynn, tell me, why did you choose to join the chamber?
I wanted to join the chamber because as a business owner, I wanted to be a part of that group. I wanted to be able to collaborate. I appreciate all of the hard work that you guys do, the involvement with items like this. You know, I saw the golf outing is coming up. You know, just how visible you are in the community, and I wanted to be a part of that for the community, to let people know that I'm also here to help and change the community in any way that I can. So it was my first call, actually. I knew once I was up and running, that was something that I wanted to do. So.
Oh, wonderful. We're so happy to have you.
Yeah,
So
I'm very
great.
excited to be a part. So thank you.
All right, one last question. What is your favorite thing about Jefferson?
My favorite thing about Jefferson is our parks department. You know, one of the things that I was very involved with, especially now in the springtime, is our city playland. You know, that started out with a small group of us moms. We had a play group, and we'd go around to the parks, and you know, there wasn't a whole lot for us at that time. That was 2000, gosh, 19 years ago. I think about that, where has the time gone? But I was on the original committee, my ex-husband and I, to go through that whole process and to think about our community in Jefferson and the Jefferson businesses and fundraising, that whole process start to finish. It's amazing to me to think about how we were able to put that together in 5 days.
Wow.
You know, it was amazing. And my job, I was the volunteer coordinator, and just to call up people and say, hey, can you donate some tools? Can you donate your time? Can you donate your talent? And the last day was Mother's Day, and you know, I remember just sitting there just crying because it was so cool.
Oh,
and to count up by the end of the time, we had over 7,000 volunteers.
wow.
Time and talent, and to see that today and how our city has just kept that up, and to, you know, hear families say we're going down to the playland, you know, and you walk around there and all of our names are there, and there's, you know, the businesses who have donated their time or their money. My favorite part about this city is our parks department, so it's really cool.
Wow.
Yeah, we have to start with the children, I believe, you know, so that we can prevent some of these things from happening, and it's just a healthy outlet. It's so cool.
Yes, definitely.
And Tensfeld Park, you know, soccer's about to start.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
So, yeah, that's my favorite part about the city. So.
Well, Carrie Lynn, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
This was great, and I have to say, and knowing that you're a native Jeffersonian, it tells. I mean, I'm totally babbling now, but your pride in your city
Absolutely,
is just amazing, and your love of the people here too.
Absolutely.
It really shows that you are a true community-oriented person. So
Absolutely.
I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here. I look forward to being that person in the community that people can come to if they need to. So I'm very excited. Thank you
Alright.
for the opportunity.
Well, thank you.
Yes.